and welcome to Finance Matters, a production of the Ministry of Finance and the Public Service. I'm your host, Daniel Pasley, and today we'll be focusing on the bonding policy within the scholarships unit, and it is an integral part of the offerings that are provided by the Ministry of Finance and the Public Service. And here to speak to us about some of the aspects of the bonding policy is Miss Danielle Hall, and she is with the Scholarships and Assistance Unit at the Ministry. Thank you so much for coming once again on our program.
It's my pleasure. Thank you, Danielle.
Now, when we talk about the bonding policy, let's break it down for us. What does that mean?
Okay, the bonding policy is an aspect that is tied in with the scholarship itself. When citizens receive scholarships through the donor agencies and countries, the government of Jamaica is partnered with the countries. So they make an investment in our citizens to study abroad or locally. The bonding policy really is for citizens to return to Jamaica or remain in Jamaica to do a service period. And by this we mean they're required to serve a bond of 5 years. When they go and study, say a student goes and study entrepreneurship in, give me a country, Daniel.
Cuba.
In Cuba, right. So when they go to Cuba and they come back to Jamaica and they start their own business, they would have garnered skills from the Cuban institution, tying in with their Jamaican knowledge, and they have their business and they would have employed other persons, other Jamaican citizens, that is. And now we're seeing the skill set being displayed here in the country. So that really is what the bonding policy is. But the bonding policy, I must tell you, Daniel, means that you must serve within the public sector. So you're serving the government of Jamaica.
And as it relates to the application process, how can persons access more information? And is it a case where they can do it online, or do they need to come to the office?
No, we have a simple 6-step process for the scholarship. And I think we break it down like that to make sure everyone is clear as to what it is that they should do when they're applying.
So
and the first step is to visit the ministry's website, and that is www.mof.gov.jm/scholarships. And on our website, you will find the available scholarships. Now, persons tend to call in and say that they're not seeing a particular scholarship. Now, that is because only the scholarship being advertised at a particular time is shown on the website. So Cuban scholarship will only be advertised between February and March.
Okay.
Or if it is that we get it March to April. Once the deadline has passed and the scholarship is closed, the ministry takes it down. And I think that's quite efficient. We don't want to advertise something that we don't have. And that's the first step. Also, that scholarship is advertised in the print media as well as our social media pages at MOF Jamaica for Twitter and MOF Jamaica for Facebook. So we know that most of our students, especially in the age range of 18 and 25, they're very much into social media. So we want them to use some of their time to help themselves.
Of course.
Right, so that's the first step. Second step is really to complete the application form in its entirety. Third step, submit it to the Ministry of Finance and the Public Service. Now, when we say complete it, we mean that they should fill out all the requirements, and they also should submit the documents that are required. Each scholarship gives them a criteria of what they need, and they should ensure that all these documents are within the package. The fourth step is for us to shortlist the applicants, and then we contact them via email. During this period, we ask that all our applicants prepare themselves for the interview. Telling yourself that you already got the scholarship.
So you have to sell yourself and say why you need this scholarship.
Why you need this scholarship.
And the 5th and the 6th?
Well, the 5th and the 6th is still about the interview, preparing yourself for the interview, and after which, about 2 weeks later, you would hear if you were an awardee of the scholarship. And last but not least, the final step is to come to the Ministry of Finance and the Public Service to sign that bonding agreement.
All right, sign that bonding and try your best to access some of these scholarship opportunities provided by the Ministry of Finance and the Public Service. Thank you, Danielle Hall, for coming on the program and sharing a wealth of information about these scholarships. It was a pleasure speaking to you.
It was my pleasure too.
And thank you so much for watching Finance Matters. I'm Daniel Pasley, and we'll see you next week. Have a great day.